Hey guys, today we have a fun build and I'm going to show you two games and then some highlights of other games. Now, this build was something I theorized a bit ago, was surprised no one went for, and then quickly realized why. This, actually, as of the date I'm recording this, this is the longest it has taken me to record a gameplay video. And that's not to say that this is necessarily bad, but that it's certainly, it is to some degree lacking. I got to 9 wins with this build many times. I think it was about 12 times. It was incredibly frustrating. I love this game, and I'm used to, okay, well, I'm gonna lose games, I understand that. But something about this broke something in me for a while. But I was under control, I got it. So yeah, let's talk about it. As you can see here, I've just gotten a level 2 dromedary, and I'm taking level ups on turn 4, which you guys can probably guess means I'm looking for a specific tier 3 pet. The tier 3 I'm looking for is the fur-bearing trout, which is the only way to get the Rambutan perk. And you'll probably see that soon, considering this is one of the games I'm showing you. There it is. It's that soon. I'm going to cook it a little bit with my dromedaries. And that also lets my baboon consistently buff the hatching chick. Hatching chick is something I went for a lot. And I only got a level 3 hatching chick once, even though that tended to be the goal, was a level 3 hatching chick. Reason being, this match requires 2 tier 5s or team, not match, not game, team. This team requires 2 tier 5s and a tier 6, all of which need to get pretty high level pretty fast, and they also need to scale. And to do that, I needed level ups. I needed a lot of experience. So level 3 hatching chick was something that would have been very nice. But you see here I'm on turn 7, and I'm taking level ups because I'm searching for tier 5s. In this case, I got a Stingray, which isn't the best, but I mean, Stingray's great tempo, especially with Stinky Sock. I wouldn't complain about getting a Stingray early. If not, I guess I'm not complaining, but again, it would be really nice to get some of these things early so I can invest in them early. And here is a Sloth. Now, this isn't just a Sloth game where everything goes horribly. This is actually a really good Sloth game, and I say that because I've shown a few Sloth games now, and they all went horribly. But yeah, very quickly we get stats on our Sloth, which is a great thing to see. And we're going to lose this one, which I was like, oh man, it's a bad omen. As soon as I get a Sloth, I'm losing. But it's an 11-8 already, and then immediately I get 2 of the units I'm looking for. That is Kitsune and the Panther, which means I'm only searching for 1 more unit. And I'm bringing in a monkey. I've got some cow scaling. Honestly, really, really good start. 9 times out of 10, it would take me to tier 6 before I had both Kitsune and Panther. You can see here that chocolate cake allows our guy to go off again, but unfortunately, their secretary bird goes off. But yeah, I guess I should talk about the build right now. So the last thing we're searching for is Sea Serpent. So Panther is going to multiply the mana gained by the Rambutan, which will be our mana generator for this build. It's just Rambutan. See here, we're winning around 5 or 6 wins now. 3 health, which is really good for Sloth. Kitsune is going to move our mana onto a desired unit, and our desired unit will be a Sea Serpent, which on Feint doubles the amount of damage that its mana does, essentially, and hits the 3, at level 3, it hits the 3 most healthiest pets. So it's a absolutely insane scaler, or sniper, sorry, not scaler. See here, there we go, we've got it, and this is really early to get this build for most of my attempts. You can see here, one thing that stinks is just how low health my Panther is. It's very hard to get scaling on these guys, I've found. But our mana actually gets us through that thing, and we are on 8 wins. We've got the Sea Serpent, we've got the full build now, and this is at the time I did this was the best run I had ever had with this build. And you see here, now I'm gonna just let the thing show. This looks like a pretty unstoppable team, I'll be honest. Ostrich, Bison, but hold on, we actually are going to be able to win this. 30 damage snipe with that level 1 Sea Serpent. So the goal here, if our Panther gets to attack twice, that means that it gets, it will generate, well, I guess at level 3, if it attacks twice, it'll generate 18 mana, which is, with the mana that the Kitsune is also generating, is about enough to wipe out 50/50s. A little bit more and it goes straight through armor. So that is our goal, and our number 1 priorities are leveling up Panther and leveling up Sea Serpent, because we're starting to drop off a little bit here. We're still on 3 health, but these teams are starting to look a little strong for what we have. As you can see there, we're not making it through that, but hope is not lost. We've got 2 more health still. This is, again, by far the best run I had up to this point. And here we are. Another team. I can't remember what the outcome of this match is, actually, which is weird. I only did this last night. But yeah, look at all those 242 damage snipes. If it was a level 3 Sea Serpent, I think we would have won or drawn there. But yeah, you see, I'm just grabbing food here because I can't find experience. And here we are, we're against a summon team, which isn't exactly what you want to go against with this, but it's not the worst. The benefit is you're almost certainly getting multiple attacks off of the Panther. The detriment is snipes are less meaningful. You see here we are. Great snipes. And it's a draw. I can't tell you how nerve-wracking this was for me during this attempt. And I get the level 2 Panther. So, now it's just time to see what happens. We've got all the pancakes, I'm getting a lot of stats. We're going against a Jerboa team. And unfortunately, the eggplants they have kill our ability to be effective. But 9 wins with Sloth, I'll get us into the second game. So yeah, saying that this took me so many runs to win does imply that I win, and I do win this one. And it's, honestly, I have trouble. I want to say this is a great team, but with how much time it took to get it, it's hard to say. Or at least just painful to say. I don't know how you want to put it. You can see here, I'm going to get a level up next round with a level 2 duck. That's nice, because I get to pass that health on to whatever I'm grabbing. And yeah, also I don't know if this is just a coincidence or not, but when I was doing this, I didn't see the usual people that I see when I play in customs. Also, I'm going to use a fun strat here that I want more people to use because it's fun next round. But there's a possibility that you have like a secret elo, like a secret ranking in Arena. I think mine might have dropped with all of my attempts to do this. I stopped seeing as many people doing like the spider strat to get Griffin, and you can see there I grabbed a wall chicken. That is +3, +2 on turn 4 with a rabbit and a wall chicken here. Sure, there's the you know, the weakness, but if I'm grabbing a fur-bearing trout and I'm gonna have Rambutan, then I'm just gonna overwrite that weakness, and that's really good. See here, I get a level 2 baboon out of my trout, or out of my spider pill, which is good scaling. The hardest part about this, and I think the reason I kept losing, is because I'm doing a pretty much a full team pivot in the late game. So scaling is really difficult, especially because I only have one flexible slot. Now, I can do this where I I just pill the Trout onto the Panther. But with all the ailment teams going off, that was my first thing I was doing. It was just so inconsistent. Actually having the Trout on the team was pretty necessary to get this going. But because of that, I only have one slot that I can use to scale my team late game. What I found was best is late game, and here I'm getting an alpaca. An alpaca is going to save my ass here for this game. But if towards the end of the game I am desperately trying to scale and I'm desperately trying to level up my pets, and I just don't have enough gold to do both. So what I ended up doing is adding a new pet to this pack, which was the Team Spirit, which is a new tier 6 scaler that gives you stats when you... Sorry, I'm buffering again. I think I haven't had one of these videos where I don't buffer. I'll get there. Also, surprisingly, we draw this one. Just barely with that mana. But Team Spirit's going to allow us to do the scaling and the leveling up at the same time. And that's really nice. And you can see here, I got a level 2 Husky with my 2 Alpacas already, and now I have a Sea Serpent. So already I get to use my mana to do double damage. And you can see why this is going to be the eventual winning run, as I'm already off to such a great start. Now, Sea Serpent in almost all of my games was the last thing I grabbed. See here, already getting rid of the Husky, because I can already have a level 2 Team Spirit. And you see next round I'm going to have a level 3 Sea Serpent already. Sea Serpent, in most of my attempts, never got to level 3. In most of my... I keep saying in most of my attempts, but in most of them, I did get the full team composition. It would usually go Trout, Panther, Kitsune, Sea Serpent. But you can see here, not only am I getting all these levels that I need, I'm getting all the scaling I need, and bringing in Team Spirit was such a important change. I think about 2/3 through my attempts, maybe halfway through my attempts, I started using Team Spirit, and the difference was night and day. It was just fantastic. And you see here now I'm looking for the pets I'm looking for. That's descriptive. And I've got everything on the line. This alpaca has gained me so much experience and has absolutely enabled me to do this now. And you can see here that the snipes are already fantastic. But I'm bringing in Kitsune, and now all the mana that Panther generates is going to be onto my Sea Serpent. Speaking of Kitsune, you'll probably see more of it soon. I think the next build I want to try uses Kitsune again. But we'll see. Maybe I got a little bored of trying that. Weird outcome here, but we actually miraculously draw just because of how good... I don't know, I guess you can't call it miraculous, but Panther's so good that... Or not Panther. Sea Serpent's so good that it can just absolutely destroy the other team. And yeah, I mean, Panther with pancakes is also a fantastic strategy. It's why I stopped going for Stegosaurus, which was my first thing I used. And again, we're actually going to win against a team that has so much more scaling than us. But yeah, Panther Pancakes is so good for this, which is why I stopped pilling the Trout and I stopped using Stegosaurus to get stats on my Panther. Now, unfortunately, it's not really going off multiple times, but it really doesn't need to, especially because the Sea Serpent itself is getting a Rambutan. But look at all this scaling. But, I mean, we are going against some pretty big stuff here. You see here, that's a behemoth that's over 50. That's always scary. And we don't actually manage to knock it out with the snipe, but we do manage to draw with it with our Kitsune, which was pretty surprising to me. And I missed that chocolate there. I think it's because I was searching for pancakes, but I do end up freezing this chocolate. And here we are against someone who is trying to get the smaller slime achievement. And I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see the whole thing in full effect. Unfortunately, only one trigger from this Panther, but that's a lot of mana on the Sea Serpent, and that is 52 damage to the rest of their team and a win for us with this build. Now I'm going to show you some of the failed attempts. So yeah, here we are into, you could call it a blooper reel or whatever. This one in particular, I was on 7 wins. However, I figured it was worth mentioning, or worth showing just how how sad that was. In this one, this was, I think, 8 wins? Yes, this was an 8-win one. And this one looked very good, about as good as my attempt that ended up winning. However, you could probably guess what's inside those belugas. It's Cthulhu. And I get damn close there, honestly. I might have drawn if the summon order was different. And here we are, you can see this was a 9-win one. I had a lot of 9-win ones, most of them weren't very interesting. This one, you can see I'm getting a ton of mana. If my Kitsune got an attack one more time, I would have gotten a draw. And here's the last one I'll show. Again, we've got a Jerboa team. A lot of Jerboa happening right now. I think since the other overpowered stuff was patched out, Jerboa's the thing. But the thing goes off properly, but I just didn't have quite enough mana and we end up losing that. But yeah, that's what I have to share, so have a great day.